New Thought Media Network. We are a global broadcast network of positive music, media, and entertainment, inspiring humanity's evolution along the journey of enlightenment and creating a world of love, peace, empowerment, and prosperity for all. New Thought Media Network. Positively inspiring.
Welcome to Girls Behaving Metaphysically. Your hosts are two girls who believe that life is awesome, that laughter heals, and that it's possible to find deep spiritual insights in everyday experience.
Here come the girls.
It's more than practical.
Here come the girls.
Way more than merely factual. If you want to know the secrets of a life, it's free. Listen to Girls Behaving Metaphysically. Listen to Girls Behaving Metaphysically.
Hello, and welcome to Girls Behaving Metaphysically. I'm Robyn Olmsted.
I'm Dr. Natasha Wilson.
Okay, so full disclosure, they're laughing at me. The world is laughing at me, but I don't care because I'm laughing at them. So there you have it. Here's the story. Here's the real truth. I am actually in celebration mode this weekend for Gil's ordination, which has been a long time coming. And I can, okay. Gil. All right. Okay. But my people aren't as camera ready as I am, but that's okay. So anyway, we're in celebration and we finally have just dropped into that it's happening and there's no stopping it. So we met our friends from Las Vegas, who you've known on our other show, Rockin' the Love, Reverend Cheryl and Reverend Stacy and Reverend Gil. I'm surrounded by reverends, irreverent reverends, and we're out celebrating. So we are at the fabulous Gruet. Is it a winery?
It's Gruet, yeah.
Yeah, tasting room. Gruet tasting room, where there are many bubbles and wines and things like that. So
Almost fully eaten charcuterie board.
and a charcuterie board that was really amazing. So that pretty much sums up my week. It's ending here. That's it. It's been so busy. That's all. I've been busy and crazy, and now it's exciting because we're letting go. Although Gil seems to have his computer out, which is really weird.
I do.
So anyway, how are you, Mrs. Dr. Natasha?
I'm actually really good. I am going to enter into celebration mode with you both, but if I'm honest, right before you got on the call, I was like in tears because I was speaking with our lovely producer about the call to ministry that I felt since I was 13. Well, probably before 13, but it became clear at 13. And like, I never, had a path that I could bring all of myself to. And yeah, we just had a really beautiful conversation about how that call just never stopped. And it made me cry. So I was crying, but now I'll enter celebration mode.
Well, no, that's okay, because I think that's perfect for Ready or Not. Here we come. Here I come.
Yeah.
Because I think that I am not a minister, nor do I play one on TV. However, I think that's what it's all about, is just stepping into that calling, and so I think it's perfect that we have all these people here today that can talk about that and just talk about the call. I mean, because the call is the call. It doesn't matter really, in my mind, if it's to practitioner, if it's to minister, if it's to motherhood, whatever it is, it's coming from a place of passion, and it's a calling. You're being guided, you're being directed. So that's what we're going to dive into after the break. But before that, I was so prepared this morning when I left. I brought cards. However, I didn't bring them in. They're in the car. So do you have cards there?
Yeah, look, as soon as I heard the sort of the context in which the show would be happening today, I scrambled to get a set of cards. So we're all good.
Okay. So this is the portion of our card. This is our card pool of the week. Portion
All
of our
right.
show where
Are you
we.
ready?
Well, nope, I'm talking.
Oh, talk. Sorry. Keep talking.
This is where we look at the card to see how it guides us, because, you know, us metaphysical people, we're always looking at the signs. So this is where we pull a card for the week and we see what the card is there to tell us. So everybody out there, set an intention and let's pull a card and see what comes up.
Yep. So I'm shuffling.
I'm gonna let Stacy, only because that's as far as my hand will go. Are you there? Are you there, friend?
Hello. So Stacey,
Hello.
you're gonna say when we stop.
I'm sure. Say stop. Stop.
Okay. So I'm gonna stop here, and this is okay. The card that was there, well, two, is honor the process. And so this is the card itself, which is, look at that. What a beautiful card.
Wow.
Honor
Hey,
the
Gil, the card is honor the process.
honor the process. And I am going I'm going to read what it says. Okay. I'm going to try to read what it says. Okay. Whatever your inquiry, you will benefit from releasing attachment to the outcome and letting go of the need to impress anyone. Instead, dissolve into the experience of the now. Sacred dance is always about the present moment, which transcends any concept related to the end result or final product. After all, the present moment is the only moment there is. Past and future are only ideas in your mind. So, what is the rush? If you look deeply, you will see that the best part of the journey is always happening right now. For there is no other time for it to happen. When you look back at this era in your life after a decade has passed, it will be easy to see that not a second went by that didn't glow with mystery and magic, even the most mundane everyday tasks and chores. So don't miss the preciousness that surrounds and fills you even now. Open your eyes to it, embrace it, and revel in it.
Wow. That was a good card.
There's more, but I'm just gonna stop there. Is that okay?
That's plenty good. That's plenty
Okay.
good. I think we were all feeling that.
Mm.
So, since I have guests here, let's see how well they were paying attention. What did that card bring up for anybody? For anybody, Gil?
It's all in the moment. Well, you know what? Time is our own freaky thing that we think makes a huge difference. And past is made up, and future is made up, and there's somebody else coming to your reading it on the phone.
Yeah, okay. So my phone is ringing while that's happening. So many things are happening here. Stacy or Cheryl, you want to weigh in? I can't.
Actually, it had me think about Gil and this process for him becoming ordained, having been on his ordination panel and being here to celebrate with all of his friends and family is an honor. But that whole reading, it also made me think about another minister, but that's okay. But it made me think about this moment here with Gil. Yeah.
I think that it's so, it's such I don't know, to me, it's just such an invitation to life, right? To stay present and to really remember exactly what that card said, that, you know, truly, when I think about 10 years ago and different things that were going on, you know, they were magical. It was magical moments that,
Yeah.
in that moment, I may not have thought in that way, but that when I think back, you know, and it's just like, what if we could really step into our life and live it like that and be fully present? So how about you?
Yeah, I'm in a very deep contemplative place today. Can I just say that?
You said it.
And
Yeah.
I am honoring the process. Like, yes, even like driving my daughters to before school care and packing lunch with them in the morning, like having the time this morning to sit in like real contemplation. I was telling Michael before the show started that I was writing as my contemplative practice this morning, and I had recited the Serenity Prayer, and then immediately after that, the 23rd Psalm came into my mind. And as I started to recite it, something in me stopped and said, no, I'm not walking in the valley of the shadow of death. Even though, you know, like I get the metaphysics of it, and Michael and I had a beautiful conversation about that. I changed the words. I said, I'm walking through the peaks and valleys of life, right? And I'm going to celebrate it. So I feel like everything in so many ways is in alignment. The card pull, what's happening for Gil, for you, having a producer who is such a beautiful soul who can drop into a moment like that with me. Yeah, it all feels right. You know, it's the present, and how magical and wonderful
Yeah.
it is. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And speaking of magical, we have Dr. Raymond Anderson up there in the audience.
Oh, cool.
And he is sending his love to Cheryl and Stacy and all of us. So,
Hey,
hi, Raymond.
We love you. We miss you.
Yeah.
Why aren't you here?
Yeah. So, yeah, why aren't you here? I know it's my fault. Everything is my fault because when I sent out ordination invitations, like the ones that came back at the wrong address, I didn't bother to find them again. You know, there's only so much you can do, but you know, again, it's a golden moment that I know is gonna be a part of a story and everything, and you know, all of that. So anyway, we miss you, Raymond. We love you. Thank you for being out there. And we know that you are still supposed to come on this show. So I really hope that you will come on soon.
And you know what? I have 3 brothers and 3 nieces whose names are either Ray, Raymond, and with the girls, Ray Chanel, Rayandra, and Ray Avian, and 2 brothers named Ray. I said that part already. A brother named Ramon. So we have lots of Ray energy in my family.
Well, and my dad's name is Ray.
Oh, wow.
My dad's name was Ray too.
Wow.
Wow.
Why? We never knew that about each other.
Oh my gosh. The
What is
synchronicity of
happening?
life. The power of Ray.
My
Okay.
my head is buzzing. I'm like, how is your dad's Ray and so was mine, and we never talked about that.
You know, life is just like that. And what we're going to do is we're going to ponder that as we go to commercial break. So
Good,
when
'cause
we
I have
come
to go let
back,
the dog in.
we're going to talk about Ready or Not, Here I Come. And
All
I know everybody out there has something to say about that. So stay tuned and come back right after these thoughts from New Thought Media Network.
Please help us say thank you to all of our organizational sponsors, including the Hefferland Foundation, Affiliated New Thought Network, International New Thought Alliance, Science of Mind Archives and Library Foundation, Center for Spiritual Living Denver, Center for Spiritual Living Midtown, New Thought Philadelphia, Center for Spiritual Living United Life, Sunshine Cathedral, Planned Happiness Institute, Summit Center for Spiritual Living, One Heart Retreats, Universal Joy Center, Unity Kitchener, Unity Spiritual Center Ottawa, Om Center for Spiritual Living, Satya Center, Begin Within Ministries, Center for Spiritual Living North Jersey, Unity of Savannah, and the Center for Spiritual Living Seattle, as well as all of our individual donors. On behalf of New Thought Media Network, thank you, and please like, share, and subscribe. New Thought Media Network, come be you. Come expand your spiritual journey. Join us for Just the Talk, Sundays, 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. Mountain Time. Experience Unity Kitchener and Ottawa. Center for Spiritual Living Midtown, Center for Spiritual Living Denver, Unity of Garden Park, New Thought Philadelphia, the Sunshine Cathedral, Unity of Savannah, and the Om Center for Spiritual Living. Come unleash your spiritual potential with New Thought Media Network.
Welcome to Girls Behaving Metaphysically. Your hosts are two girls who believe that life is awesome, that laughter heals, and that it's possible to find deep spiritual insights in everyday experience.
Here come the girls.
It's more than practical.
Here come the girls.
Way more than merely factual. If you wanna know the secrets of a life, it's free. Listen to Girls Behaving Metaphysically. Listen to Girls Behaving Metaphysically.
Hello, and welcome back to Girls Behaving Metaphysically. I am Robyn Rice Olmsted.
I'm Dr. Natasha Wilson. I forgot to tell you guys, I am here and the winter has arrived in my part of Australia and I'm feeling so good. I love Australian winters. They're the best.
That is so cool. I feel like I don't know what's arrived here. In New Mexico, no, seriously. In New Mexico, yesterday it was raining. And today it is warm and sunny. And by the weekend, it's supposed to get up into the 80s. So I'm thinking if you're hitting winter, like full on, we're going summer.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Yep. That's how it works. And I was just really happy. I was really happy. Even though this weekend, I also plan to braid my hair or twist it like what we call protective styles. But I'm like, this is the perfect weather for my hair to not be twist. But we're also going into dance competition season for my daughter. So I don't have time to be fudding around my hair. So.
Okay. Well, before we go to our topic, which again is ready or not, here I come. My hair. I went for a haircut yesterday. God, hair is so important to girls, at least. But I went for a haircut and I sat there for a minute and didn't pay attention. And she cut bangs. And they're not bangs, but they're not even like real bangs. They're like fringe. They're like wisps.
Do you know that they call bangs in Australia?
What?
Fringe.
Yeah.
Oh, you know that. I didn't know
No,
that.
I didn't know that, but I mean, it makes sense. I mean, it makes sense. I mean, I was talking to my hairdresser friend and she was like, oh, no, you usually have curtains, which I guess are like the one that comes down and is kind of wispy to the side. But, and she's like, no, that's fringe. Because like, it's the kind that like, I feel like if I don't have product, I'm going to be like Dennis the Menace. Like there's this piece right here that's just sticking up. All right. Okay, I know y'all didn't tune in to hear about our hair. So, but I had to download because I did think today when I remembered I had a show, I did think about, I got to tell Natasha about my hair because, only certain people understand the hair thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I know. I got a room full of them. Yeah, well, my husband doesn't quite understand the hair thing, but he likes to have a lot of it. And men are very jealous because he has a lot of it. So anyway, so
ready or not, here you come.
Here I come. Ready or not, here I am. So talk to me. Tell me what that means to you.
I'm about to show you something, okay? I told you, like, well, yes, I'm a dancer, and you know that. But I haven't been dancing, but I'm gonna start. I've made a decision because my daughter, as you know, made the cut for the dance academy at her school, and we're about to go into performance season. And my youngest daughter is about to start dance class again. I had her in when she was like 3 and 4, but like she spent the whole time running for the exit door, like the emergency exit. So I was like the only parent that had to be in the room, right? Other parents had to sit outside. I were like, no, you gotta stay in here. But she's ready now, right? She's 8.5 and is so inspired by her sister. So she starts jazz on Monday, and Alexis is going to take extra dance classes. She's going to do musical theater. So they are coming, honey. Ready or not, they're coming. But I just have to show you Alexis is in her dance costume. Okay. I'm a dance mom. Look at her.
Okay, wait, I have to show everybody because they're all sitting here like,
Oh.
Great.
Okay, wait. And then my sweet little Macy ready to start jazz. Look at my sweet Macy.
oh my gosh.
It's her jazz.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
Ready or not.
Ready or not, they are coming. And I've already I say, Lexi, look, honey, this is your shows are about you. And I'm letting you know that. And I have to order a matching costume. But what I will do is I will stand all the way in the back and do the routine so that and I'll come when it's over, I'll just come to the front, I'll wrap my cape around me and I'll come and, just clap. I have to do, like, I am a dance mom.
So this is really about you. Ready or not, here comes the dance mom. It has little to do with the kids coming out.
No, it has everything to do with the fact that my kids love something that I too am so passionate about.
Right. That's very cool.
Yeah.
I know. So ready or not, my girls are coming.
Yeah, that's very exciting. Very exciting. Very cute. They look very cute. So really, truly though, like, I mean, it feels like when thinking about them, ready or not, here I come, that you as a passionate mom, dancer, all those things, you have to make adjustments, right? For how to balance not embarrassing them and all those things that go with, I mean, and some of that, they're going to be embarrassed anyway. I mean,
they already are.
Yeah.
They already
But
are.
it's not, but so I never thought, Robyn, that I would be like the person that my children's mom thought was the cool mom. Because, I do algebra at bedtime, right? Just to stop my brain, right? So, but when I go to the school, because I taught dance at the school before with the special education and inclusion kiddos. And every time I go to the school, if any of those kiddos see me, they're like, Dr. Natasha, when are you coming back? And I'm like, oh my God, I'm a cool mom.
But I think it really speaks to your presence. You know, it's who you are. It's not, I mean, if you tried to be the cool mom, you probably wouldn't be.
No, God. No.
You know what I mean?
I literally don't know the formula.
Yeah, we know some of those. But I mean, you're the cool mom because you're present and you're being you, and you know, it's real. You're being real. And so going back to the topic, why am I the one drinking that keeps going back to the topic?
I don't know. I'm like buzzing over here because both our dad's name is Ray. And in all these years, we never knew that.
Well, I bet we don't know each other's mom's name either.
We do. Didn't you tell me your mom's name?
I don't know. What's your mom's name?
No, you tell me first.
Joan.
Okay, no, we're good. My mom's name is Sandra.
There you go. No, it's the
same father.
Yeah, Gil says we just had the same father.
We might literally, knowing my dad, we might literally have the same father. Because my dad was a Rolling Stone, honey.
Well, my dad was right behind him. I have a sister that's 4 months older than me, or something like that. So,
yeah, that's why we have so many Rays in my family. Not because my dad was like, you know, I'm not lying. You could literally be my sister.
Okay, so if you're tuning in for the first time, welcome. You never know what we're going to talk about here on Girls Behaving Metaphysically and where we're going to talk to you from. So we are coming to you live from Brisbane, Australia, and Albuquerque, New Mexico. I am celebrating with my friends, Reverend Cheryl, Reverend Stacy, Reverend Gil, and Dr. Natasha is in her office by herself.
There is no way I'm in this office by myself, honey. Y'all are in this office with me. Reverend Michael is in this office with me. My ancestors are in this office with me.
Wait, that's it though, ladies. I just told them we needed to meet and somewhere else. I think it's Australia.
Okay. Oh, there you go. Let's do it.
Okay. So we'll plan the field trip. Yeah.
Okay.
So ready or not, here I come. But when you get the calling,
because now I'm starting to get real excited, and we don't want that.
We don't want that. Okay. We don't want that. We've only got 25 minutes left, and we're going to talk about the calling.
Can I ask the reverends? Can you guys bring me a husband when you come, or like someone who might be husband material? You start thinking of people and invite them on the trip.
Okay, girl.
Okay, I'll be quiet.
One week on this show, you're talking about you don't want anything or anyone. You're not ready. The next week, you're on a date with a woman, and this week you're looking for a husband. So what's happening?
Or a wife. Or a wife.
Gil says you're excited. That's what's happening.
Yeah, okay. It is. And so once I stop, I'm probably gonna go back to baseline, which is like, I'm going to cuddle with my algebra textbook and go to bed.
I think it was the power of the Ray that got you excited. So thanks again, Dr. Raymond, for joining us and bringing your sunshine to the room. All right. I'm going to go whack one more time. And if not, I'm going to just let it go and have another drink. So when you have a calling, no, I think it's important that we talk about this because you had the conversation with Michael and we have 3 ministers here that can talk about that calling. So I think, and for anybody out there that's listening, we're talking about a calling, even though we may focus on ministerial right now, it's really about what is your life calling you to? And how do you know when to follow it, what to do with it, and how do you know who's even talking to you? I mean, I'm serious, right? I mean, there's times when I'll speak for myself. There's times when I'm like,
I'm gonna have to
I
mute
can't
myself.
listen right now. I don't have time. I don't know who you are or who you're talking to. It all depends. Sometimes I'm like, you're not talking to me. I mean, especially, and Gillis had that experience, knowing like that they were only talking to him, even though we were standing right there together. So let's talk about the calling. I'm going to actually turn it to our guests. When did any of you know that you were called? And then everybody close your eyes because I'm going to pass the phone. It's going to look bumpy and then their face is going to pop up because I can't hold this phone for them. All right. When did you all know when you were called?
I guess for me, it was when I knew that I wanted something different. I wanted to continue the path that I was on as a practitioner. And the next thing just that made any kind of nonsense but sense was that next step in ministerial school. And so I didn't think that I was going to necessarily become a minister, but I just knew that there was something that was behind this next step. And so the next step turned out to be ministry. And I heard it, and yet I didn't hear it. And Reverend Cheryl gave a talk last week and talked about, it's like, what? Stacy's you're gonna do what? There was just more that I wanted for myself, and I knew I wanted to serve in a different capacity than I was currently serving. I've always been a person of service until I wasn't. That's a whole nother story for another show, maybe with the race stories. But but I
I know that's gonna be interesting.
yeah, something with the service, and I'm like, I could do something. This is who I am, and I don't have to be anything else than who I am. The rest of the things I had to learn on the way, but that was kind of the fun part and the joyous part. So that's my story. I'm sticking to it.
Cool.
I hear somebody saying something.
You know, I don't know that I was called to ministry, but I know that when I was 15, I said, well, I could do that. I would walk to church with my grandpa in Kansas, and I know that he was teaching metaphysically, and I don't know how I knew that, but I know that when I discovered that other people thought like I did and talked like he did, that I was going to be a minister, but I didn't know I was going to be a minister. Does that make sense? I was going to be ministering, but not in the form of a minister.
Yes.
Or because to me, I was going to be teaching. And that's exactly what I'm doing. So, all right, Gil.
All right. Hi, Natasha. So good to see you.
Hey, Gil, you too, and congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. So I was, president of the youth group, and I was in those positions where I wanted to be serving. And I graduated high school, and the next year at college, I was about 19, and I was like, I want to go to seminary and learn what they learn in seminary. And that's where it started. And I spent some time at Fuller Seminary in Pasadena, California, and served as United Methodist minister, and then found my way into New Thought. And once again, I was, studying at the level of foundations when I went, oh, I think this is my ministry. Yeah. And so, 7 years later, I became a minister here. So there you go.
I love it.
So there you have it. And I would say for me, becoming a practitioner, I would say that it's sort of the other way, the backwards way, because I've spent my whole time going, I don't want to do that. I don't. Yeah, we have agreement in the room. But I mean, even practitioner, like when I went to like my first thing at Agape, they were announcing classes, and they announced, a self-mastery class. And I thought, oh, that sounds interesting. I want to take that. And I went out and they're like, oh, there's 2 classes before that. I was like, whatever. Okay. So I did that to get to the 3rd class. And then by that time, the rest of my classmates thought I was going to go through it with them because I was like, okay. They're like, no, what do you mean? And I'm like, well, I don't know. And they're like, no, you have to keep taking the classes. I was like, okay. you know. And then I went to, so when it was time for prac training, they told me, they said to all of us, don't sign up to train to be a practitioner just because you want extended learning. Don't do that, because that's not what this is about. And I thought, nobody's going to tell me what it's about. I'll do what I want to do. I don't need to. Nobody can tell you, And so there I was in prac, and then we got to the end of prac where we had to take a test to become the practitioner. And I took the mock orals, it's called, where you go in and you practice, and I failed. And I was like, this is bullshit. I was like, I'm not doing this. And my classmates were like, what do you mean? You have to. I'm like, I'm not coming tomorrow. They're like, you have to. I was like, okay, fine. So I set up a practitioner appointment with my fantastic practitioner that I had asked for, that I said, I want a practitioner that's going to hold me accountable and kick my butt. I don't want anyone that I can get away with things. So I got a Keely Beckwith. And I went in the morning for my prac session before my final, and I was like, I don't know. I don't want to take it. And I failed, and rah, rah, rah. And he goes, okay. He goes, well, let me just ask you one question. I said, okay. And he said, if you fail your test, does that change your relationship with God? And I was like, God damn it. Oh, and I was like, fine. And so I went in and I took the test, and here I am 20 some years later. And, like everybody laughs and jokes about, oh no, you're a minister and this and that. And the thing about, like going to ministerial school, I have no desire to go to ministerial school. I did say after I took my prac test, I was like, I'm never taking another test again, ever.
Ding, ding, ding.
and so, but I thought I can do anything a minister can do, so why do I need to become a minister? And especially marrying one, I'm like, I don't want those responsibilities. I just want to be that space and I know my calling is to serve, and I'm clear about that. And it doesn't have to look like a certain title for me.
Look, I'm happy you followed.
I can't hear you.
You can't hear me.
What happened?
You can't hear me. I don't know. I'm not muted.
No, everyone's fine talking.
Yeah.
I can't hear you all.
Hear me.
Can you still hear me?
Yes.
Yes, I can hear everybody.
Yeah, I can't. Okay. Raymond can hear me, but
Everybody
I can't hear you. So I don't know what happened. I'm gonna hand my phone to the tech department. You all keep talking amongst yourself.
She goes ahead and this is very touching, at least for me. The conversation is because, man, I went kicking and dragging and screaming into this thing.
This is why you amuse me, because I think that I'm like you, like when I just sit back and people are always thinking, oh, she's thinking that, she's thinking this. And I'm like,
okay,
get out of my head.
hey, Robyn.
you can't hear us. Can you mute her?
I'm going to remove her. Yeah.
Okay.
So, I went kicking, dragging, and screaming into this. I knew I had a call to ministry back in the 80s when I attended. It was called Eastern Conference at that time, for the United Church of Religious Science, and again, it did not get off me. And again, when I had a really bad, for me, a breakup that just broke my heart and just tore everything apart in my life. And I remember going to a phone, and I'm saying, okay, God of my understanding, I don't, here I've done all of this work in therapy, and I've really have come to really understand my emotions. And I said, I would make someone a really good husband. And, and I said, and as I'm going, I said, well, what should I do with the rest of my life? And the word came to my mind was ministry. And I said, God, not that. God, not that. Because again, I had a lot of friends who were ministers. And I said, well, no, this is, yeah. So I started going the path. And so it ended up, I mean, it took me a while to go to Holmes Institute, but finally in 2016, I finally did. And so, yeah, so again, it's a path of service. It's a path of that. The reason you do this is to serve. It's
Yes.
not to be up in front of people, but
Yes.
again, that's a small part of doing, especially when you have a pulpit ministry, of doing that. The rest of the stuff during the week, is done in the shadows. And a lot of that you do not tell other people because it's confidential. But it's the working one-on-one with individuals and again to bring forth their excellence. We have here in Akron a very, very simple mission statement, which is to serve, to empower, and to reveal the divine.
Yes.
That's it. That I think that covers all of it. To serve, to empower, to reveal. And that's how we made choices to be able to, again, programming choices. If it didn't serve, empower, and reveal, then we didn't do it. And now back to our regularly scheduled program from the New Mexico studio. As a drink this afternoon, it's Robyn Rice Olmsted.
I have arrived again.
I'm really glad that Reverend Michael came on here, because I was going to ask Reverend Michael, can you share your story? And before we had technical difficulties, I was going to also just say that the calling that you answered, Robyn, is like a central part of my spiritual journey because of the call you answered. Yeah. And it's how I know you. And few know this story, but you do. And Reverend Michael heard a little bit of it this morning, but I didn't know it was called ministry. I just knew, and I had a very interesting childhood in New Orleans. Okay. New Orleans is a very interesting place, not just socially, but also spiritually and culturally. And my mother's family was Catholic. And my dad's family, before he converted to Islam, was Methodist. And I think I told you my closest cousin, her mother, so she's the one who, because I was raised with my stepdad, but I also was raised in relationship with my biological father, Ray. And it was his sister, my aunt, Carolyn Lambert Stokes, who had this amazing, beautiful Methodist ministry in Chicago and was integral in getting Barack Obama elected before she passed away. And she was one of the first Black women to be ordained in Louisiana. And because I was, exposed to Catholicism, and I felt this call when I was little, I used to have these things that now we know is called like sleep paralysis. And so I remember one morning, I think I may have been 12, like I was experiencing it. But as I was experiencing it, I sort of saw this image, but it was all light. And my brain interpreted it as Mother Teresa, and not Mother Teresa. I'm sorry. Mother Mary, right. From Jesus's mama. So, and I remember like not knowing what that was, but I also remembering wanting to be in the church just I love the atmosphere. I love the candles. I love the quiet. I love the contemplation. I love the sitting. I loved all of that stuff. And I didn't know it was like anything, a ministry or anything. It wasn't until my grandmother, who had a shop that was next to a Muhammad's mosque, so the Nation of Islam, Muhammad's mosque, next to her store. And I wandered, and I immediately was like, okay, I don't know what this is, but I love it and I want more of it, right? Because I went in there and I was hearing different stories about what it meant to be Black, right?
Yeah.
Coming from Creole New Orleans, where someone who looked like me with my skin tone, even though it was like a Black city, right? Like there was a lot of colorism. And so to walk into a space like that and to hear a different story about Blackness, it took me. And I was 13, right? So I was impressionable, whatever, but I went full on converted. Okay. I converted to Islam. And I ended up getting an X when I turned 16, which is a process in the Nation of Islam. It's kind of like, you do all this studying and then you sit for kind of like an exam and then you get an X, right? Which removes your slave name. So I was like Natasha X and, thought I was cool, So even then I was like, I want to go deeper. So I want to become I want to become an imam. And, as I got older in the Nation of Islam, like 16, right? And I'm turning into like going through puberty, becoming like an adolescent, I started realizing things that I just didn't see before, all these limitations or things I couldn't do because I was born female. And so I left the Nation of Islam and went to another version of Islam where I thought maybe I could become an imam, because I really did love the mystical traditions of Islam. I love Sufi Islam. I love it, right? And since then, I've come to love the mystical traditions of so many religious paths. So, okay, saying all that to say, I couldn't become an imam because I was born female. And I was like, okay, I don't know what to do. What is this? What is this? What am I doing? Like, what do I do with this thing that feels like this call? And for me, it was like a call to sit in deep contemplation and to be of service, right? So I had to let it go. I let it go for a long, long time. And I did a whole bunch of other things. As you know, I went to school, got 2 master's degrees, got a PhD, trained in dance, became a dancer, did a whole bunch of things. And that call has never stopped. And so I was going to a conference, and I was sitting next to someone who was also going to the same conference, who I didn't really know well. But she was reading a book by Reverend Michael Beckwith. And then she showed me like one of the services. And I remember he said, when he was referring to the divine, Mother, Father, God. And I felt, oh my God, I don't have to leave out some part of myself to go to follow the minister, to become a minister, But at the time, that meant moving to Los Angeles, which wasn't happening. So anyways, here's the thing. I started taking classes, and that's where I met you, Robyn. And you were one of my first teachers who I remember your feedback on my assignments to this day. I remember your feedback. And I'm about to cry. I want to not cry.
Oh, cry. It makes me feel good.
Because you were like, girl, your whole life is a ministry.
Mm-hmm.
And if that's what you want to do, the path will reveal itself. always held that. I don't know how many years we've known each other now. But you've always honored that. And like, when I was talking to Reverend Michael this morning about it, because I was talking about my my contemplative sitting, and he said, it's never gonna leave you. It'll haunt you actually. And so for our show today to be happening during the ordination of your husband and sitting with you with other ministers who are women and who are women of color, when for me that was a thing that made me believe I couldn't take that path. It just feels full circle. And to learn that our dad's name is Ray, and I got my dad Ray to convert to Islam when I was a child. Can you believe that? He converted to Islam because of me. But then he only wanted to really do the part where he get to have more wives, right? So
well, it's all good in God somehow. And I just want to add to what you're saying. I want to add that having Dr. Raymond out there in the audience is no coincidence. Raymond is so your people, so your tribe. What does he have? 7 degrees? You have like
crazy
7. It's 7 degrees, and I told him that we need to cultivate each one of them by going to the 7 wonders of the world for each one and just celebrate. You are I know that where he is surrounding you and holding you in that space of love, because that's who he is too. So this is a seeker show. This is a affirmation. This is truly an affirmation of ready or not. Here we are. Here we come.
I have visited almost every continent on the planet. I've lived on several different continents. Like last week, I did my first modeling shoot in like 2 years, after my nephew suicide, because I'd stopped after that. So I've done all this stuff, right? I've done all this stuff. And like, here's this one thing that's like, it just keeps coming back. It just won't go away.
right.
It won't go away.
Go away.
And that's what we're going to leave you with. It won't go away. I thank everybody for joining us. I can see that so many of you have hung in out there watching, and we really appreciate it. And it won't go away. And that's the whole pathway of girls behaving metaphysically, because it doesn't go away. It's about really being able to continue to see the sacred and in all, and to continue the journey. So
yeah. So look, Reverend Raymond said, find him a husband. Okay. So get on it. Okay.
Okay. Partnership for all. Okay. We got 3 ministers here. I almost said 4. That is not funny, guys. That is not funny. We got a lot of clergy here, so we're gonna pray up some partners and figure this out, because really, honestly, I know a lot of people, and I know that your heart, I know that Raymond's heart, I know that our listeners, that they are leading with that heart, and it can only be met with that same heart and love. So that's what we're going to hold for you this week, for all of you. And come back next week. Perhaps we'll do a show with your partners. We don't know. We don't know. It could happen, right? All right.
So, I love you, Robyn.
I love you back. Thank you. I love you, Michael Mangus. I love you for helping produce this show from Gruyere Winery in New Mexico, also located in Oregon, Las Vegas, and other places, Washington, and it was really lovely, really lovely. So I appreciate their what's the word? Like when you're nice, their hospitality. And we appreciate y'all watching us. So we'll see you next week. Thanks.
Come expand your spiritual journey. Join us for Just the Talk. Sundays, 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. Mountain Time. Experience Unity Kitchener and Ottawa. Center for Spiritual Living Midtown. Center for Spiritual Living Denver. Unity of Garden Park. New Thought, Philadelphia. The Sunshine Cathedral. Unity of Savannah. And the Ohm Center for Spiritual Living. Come unleash your spiritual potential with New Thought Media Network.